Oh my god, I don't think you guys realize just how happy I am that it is now finally flannel season. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another Monday video. Today I'd like to talk about a little something that I'm sure pretty much all of us think at some point in our lives, and that is how to avoid social interaction. Now, I'm not talking about like social interaction with friends or family. That's kind of, I suppose, it's like a necessity really. I mean, you can't just ignore your friends unless you have those amazing, really low maintenance friends like I do that you don't have to talk to for like a year and yet you're still really good friends. The social interaction that I'm talking about is when, for example, you're just walking down the street, minding your own business, and then someone appears all of a sudden like in your face going, hey, would you like to buy this product? And you know, if you're like me and you just kind of zone out a little bit when you're walking through town, the sudden appearance of someone who you don't know who is speaking to you can come as a bit of a shock. So I'll kind of just be there like, you know, coming across like that kind of weirdo stuttering mess. But the problem is they don't care whether you're awkward as hell. They will still try to talk to you and sell you stuff and just generally make you feel pretty uncomfortable. So I've come up with a few ways in which you can actually avoid these kinds of people. And I won't say they're foolproof because you'll always get that awkward one which will just pick you out regardless of what it is that you're doing. But they've never let me down so far. So today I'm going to share with you my ways of how to avoid social interaction. Number one, this is the one that I do most often. So if you happen to see me walking through town doing this, you'll know that I've probably nearly just had a run-in with someone trying to sell me something. Basically what I do is pretend to be on the phone. I know there's like the standard ways of avoiding people, which is like put your headphones in or wear sunglasses or have your hood up. But then I always feel like if you've got your hood up, you always look a bit like a chav. And as much as I hate being around people, I prefer not being the one to come across as a bit of an arsehole. Whereas if you're walking down the street on your phone, if they interrupt you, then they're the one that looks like an arsehole. And I'm not even kidding, like sometimes when I do this, I get so lost in this imaginary conversation that I'm having with myself that I could be like half an hour down the road and I will still be on the phone talking to myself. Actually, this is also probably a really good way to cover up the fact that you talk to yourself quite a lot. So if you have a penchant for, you know, having conversations with yourself, this is another great way to do it. Number two, if you've managed to spot them from a distance, another thing that I like to do is put as many people between me and the person as possible. Say for example, you're walking down the street and the people that are trying to sell you something are stood right in the middle. What I like to do is slow my pace down just enough so that I fall in line with other people that are walking in the same direction. I also try to move as far to the other side of the road as possible while, you know, walking to my destination. But the more people that you put in between you, especially if it's people that look like they could be targeted as potential customers, then they're the ones that get hit with the people trying to sell you something, and you can just breeze past, chuckling to yourself because yes, you have managed to avoid talking to someone today. Like, I do get it. These guys are working on commission, most likely. And there's nothing wrong with working on commission. It's just the problem that I have is that the people trying to sell me these products seem to be completely unaware that I am not the person to be buying these products. Like, for example, way back God knows when I had like really short spiky hair, there was a guy in Meadowhall who had this little stall selling curling wands and hair straighteners, and he stopped me and asked me if I'd like to try the curling wand. I had short hair, very short, spiky hair. And you know what? I used to look a lot more like a boy. I didn't used to wear makeup, I had short spiky hair, I wore boys' clothes. Like 90% of strangers thought that I was a boy. And I'm not saying at all that boys can't buy beauty products, but I'm pretty sure that if you're trying to sell a curling wand for long, straight hair, then a short-haired person is probably not really your target audience. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, the third and final way that I'm going to tell you about today is something that I've never personally tried because I've never had to do it, because the other two ways, they've always worked perfectly fine for me. I know a few people who have done this, not like on purpose. Like, for example, they've heard some bad news and they've just kind of, you know, let out a bit of an angry scream. But they don't realize that there's people paying attention to them outside. But basically the other way is to just scream really angrily for no apparent reason. Nobody wants to approach that crazy person that's screaming angrily in the street. Again, like I said, this might not be completely foolproof, because even though you're coming across as a crazy person, there's always that crazier person who will come up to you and ask you, are you okay? So if you're walking down the street and you ever happen to see me either talking on my phone, walking really close to the edge of the street, or screaming really angrily for no apparent reason, take it as a warning sign that there's probably someone trying to sell you something just around the corner. Anyway, that's it for today. I haven't really come up with anything else to say, so hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below if any of these techniques have helped you, or if you have your own techniques that you could recommend to me. I'm always up for learning new ways to avoid people. Don't forget to subscribe if you do enjoy my videos, and I will see you guys next week for another Monday vlog. Bye!